Hey, welcome to the weekly Ask Jason question series every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. What we do is we field questions on firm growth and we answer them live on video, Facebook Live, LinkedIn video. You get to see it anywhere. We record it for everyone to see. And this is a great question. So the question is, you say growth is a job, just like doing accounting is a job, but what kinds of activities do you do when growing a company? Well, that's a good question, so we'll answer that. But first, I want to let you know that the incubator, Thriveal Incubator, the July session was sold out. You may know that. It filled up. And then we had a waiting list. It filled up. So what we did is we launched a September 20th through 22nd Incubator 2.0. So it's our fall session incubator, September 20th through 22nd. Now, the price went up, so if you want the original price, I'm going to give you a code. So you want to write this code down. The code is waiting. It's the word waiting for the waiting list. So if you go to thriveal.com/incubator and you want to come to the Thriveal Incubator, which is a 2.5-day mini MBA retreat in Greenville, South Carolina, where my partner and I are going to coach you and walk you through 8 key modules to grow in a firm, then you want to come. And that code will give you $500 off. So it is the code WAITING. Go to thriveal.com/incubator, key in waiting. And that second Incubator 2.0 session is September 20th through 22nd. And you know we have a Deeper Weekend Conference, which is also cool. The Deeper Weekend Conference is something we do every year. It's the 8th annual conference. It's awesome. We're going to be talking about the cry of the advisor. This is so cool. You want to come. This is the last week of October every year to come to the cry of the advisor at the Deeper Weekend. Now, you can register. That fills up every year. It filled up last year. It's going to fill up again this year. And you want to make sure you don't miss it, so it will sell out. Now, if you register now at dw.thriveal.com, then you're going to we're going to put your name in a hat for a $500 drawing August 1st-ish. August 1st-ish is when we're going to do that drawing. So you want to register. We just gave one away to Renee Trump. In July, we're going to give another $500 Visa gift card for travel, so make sure you register. So let's get to our question for the Ask Jason question series. So to say it again, you say growth is a job, just like doing accounting is a job. What kinds of activities do you do when growing a company? So that's a great question. So I do say that a lot. So doing accounting with your heads down, doing accounting is a job, right? But growth is also a job. There are things you do to do that. And what might you do? Well, I want to tell you about the book Traction. This is a book we use in our companies by Gino Wickman, Traction. What they talk about is some growth activities is keeping what's called an issues list. So you're always tracking an issues list. And then every quarter you pull from that issues list of things you want to work on for this upcoming quarter. Now, if you run an accounting firm, that issues list may not have anything to do with accounting. So accounting, again, is a job. That's something you do for clients. But growth is a job, which is something you do for your company. And it is activities you should be performing. So we like to say book about 2 to 4 hours a week on your calendar called strategy and planning, or you can call it growth activities or whatever you want to do. And you're going to do the job of growth in that 4-hour block every week. Now, what would you do? You go to your issues list and you pull something from the issues list and you work on it. Now, one thing that's odd is that growth activities, these are the things you do to grow your company, may not look like what you would normally call work. To us, a lot of times, right, knowledge workers, it's working on a computer or printing out reports or sharing things with clients. But growth-related work is often talking. It's often strategizing. You're sometimes mapping things on the wall. Sometimes you don't feel like you're making headway, but you're actually thinking about things you should be doing. It's very helpful if you can have these growth-related conversations with another person, either a partner or somebody in your community group in Thriveal. So it doesn't feel sometimes and look like work, but in fact, the work of growth is often very high level, and it's not actually producing a report sometimes. It will eventually produce some kind of list of things you have to go execute, but the act of working on your company doesn't feel or look like growth a lot of times. So it throws people. They may think I'm wasting my time, but that's not true. Working on growth is talking, is deciding, is prioritizing, is assessing risks you should take. These are the things you can do in that 2 to 4 hour block that you put on your calendar that you're calling growth work. And you want to go, what's the things I do? Well, again, it's tracking something on an issues list as talked about in traction. And what are issues? Issues are just things that you want to accomplish or figure out that you can't figure out that will move your company forward. That's what growth activities are. And if you have a block of work every week to work on those, you're going to eventually start to see your company move forward, especially if you stick to the rhythm of those growth activities. So that question, again, you say growth is a job, just like accounting is a job, but what kinds of activities do you do when growing a company? So I hope the activity of pulling things from an issues list that you're tracking all the time, you can track it in an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Doc if you want, and you just pull from those and work on them on a weekly basis. That is working on your company. There's more sophistication to it than that, but that can get you cranking. So don't forget about Incubator 2.0, Thriveal.com/incubator, and don't forget about Deeper Weekend, dw.thriveal.com. Thanks for joining us for the Ask Jason question series. You guys have a great day. We'll see you.